we're gonna be working through a modified CARS routine. So something that you can do at home on a yoga mat. I'm gonna start in a tall kneeling position, and I'm gonna work my neck CAR. From here, I'm gonna tuck my chin down to my chest, circle over my right shoulder, tip my ear back, extend, rotate to the left. Ear comes over left shoulder, scraping my chin along the collarbone as I come back toward the right. Dip ear back, extend head back, rotate to the left. Tilt head over left shoulder, chin comes back down across collarbone. And now we'll switch directions. We'll do a few to the left. Rotate to the left, dip ear over left shoulder, extend head back. Rotate to the right, dip ear over right shoulder, chin comes back across collarbone. One more time, rotate left, dip ear left, head comes back, rotate right, dip ear over right shoulder, and back across collarbone. So now we're gonna move into our T-spine CAR. So from here, we are moving down to this chunk of spine. I'm gonna widen my stance by opening up my knees. I'm gonna bring my hands over my shoulders like so, giving myself a big hug. And now from here, I'm gonna come forward, rotate right, side bend right, extend, rotate left, side bend left, and then flex forward. Let's do another one to the right, rotate right, side bend right, extend, rotate left, side bend left, and flex. Let's reset the spine for a second, and then we'll go back down, flex forward, rotate left, side bend left, extend, rotate right, side bend right, and flex. Now we're gonna move into our scapular CAR. I'm gonna bring my knees back in, and then our shoulder blades are scapular CAR, hands by our sides. We're gonna come up, shoulders toward the earlobes, forward, down, and back. I'll show you from a side profile as well. So I am moving my shoulder blades with my hands on my sides and my elbows extended, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down, and back. Now I'm going to switch the position for my shoulder CAR. We just did our scapular CAR. Now we're moving into our shoulder CAR with this half kneel position. So I'm going to open up some space, and I'm going to work my shoulder CAR on the same side I'm kneeling on. So one foot is forward, one knee is down. I'm nice and tall, and I'm going to work my shoulder CAR by rotating my palm to face forward. I'm going to cut across my body as I reach overhead. Keeping my elbow extended, I'm going to reach back and start to rotate. I'm going to rotate as I reach back behind and slowly get to my hip. Now that my hand is by my hip, I'm going to reach back. I'm going to uncoil that shoulder as I rotate the opposite direction, get above the head, and then cut across the body as I slowly come back down. Let's do 2 more reps here. Cut across the body, reach up, reach back, rotate. As you continue to reach back, continue to rotate. Get to the hip, reach back, rotate as you reach overhead. Keep rotating, cut across the body, come back down. Let's get 1 more rep here. Cut across the body, reach overhead, reach back, slowly rotating that shoulder as we continue to reach back, getting to the hip, and then I'm going to reach backward, rotate out of that position, and then cut across the body. We are not going to switch sides together, but I want you to do some reps on your left side as well. Into now our elbow CAR. Really quickly here, my elbow can bend and it can extend, but it can also rotate a fair bit. So we're going to add in that rotational element and flexion and extension. So I'm going to start, we can do this on both arms at the same time. It's actually pretty convenient that way. So elbows tucked to my sides. I'm going to come up like a bicep curl motion. Then I'm going to rotate so my palms are facing down, and then I'm going to extend my elbows. Rotate, palms facing up, bend elbows, rotate, palms facing down, extend elbows. Palms facing up, bend, palms facing down, extend. Let's keep the palms facing down for a couple reps starting in this position. We're gonna come up, rotate palms facing up, extend, rotate palms facing away, bend. Rotate palms facing up, extend, rotate palms facing down, bend. Good, that was our elbow car. We're gonna move to wrist. So for wrist, I'm going to demonstrate one side at a time. You can go ahead and switch sides after you're done one side. I'm gonna have my elbow pinned next to my side, and then my wrist resting on my opposite hand. I'm gonna imagine drawing a small circle with my middle finger. I'm not gonna show you that finger right now. I'm going to trace a small circle with that middle finger. And then I'm gradually gonna create a larger circle. Try not to let your fingers come apart. Keep them squeezing together gently. And then reverse direction. You can start with smaller circles in this direction as well, and then gradually build to a bigger circle. We do want the biggest circular motion in all of our joints, in all of our joint cars, but I only want the movement happening at that joint. So I don't want to steal from neighboring joints when I'm moving. Okay, so again, you can switch sides there. We're gonna move on to the hip. So for the hip car, we're gonna be in a side lying position on our mat. So side lying here, we can choose to lie on the bicep or sexy pose. You decide. Up. This hand will come out of the way as well. So just in front of me like so. Knee comes up towards same side elbow. And then from here, we're gonna reach out. As I'm reaching this knee back behind me, I want to place some awareness or attention to this knee here. I wanna drive this knee down into the floor as I pull this knee back. Pull this knee back, maxing that out. And then I'm gonna slowly rotate as I kick back. From here, I'm going to extend by kicking back slightly and then rotate ankle bone underneath my knee as I pull that knee back up towards same side, shoulder and elbow, and then slowly back down. That was one rep. Let's get two more. Knee comes up, out to the side, rotate slowly, extends, circles back, and back down. For this last one, try a different position. Let's try arm extended, hands together to create a little bit more support and structure here. So we have something to squeeze against. I do notice in this position here, sometimes I'll start to rotate my torso. So try this position for the last rep. I'm gonna come up towards same side elbow, out to the side, rotate, kick back. From here, extend, rotate ankle bone under knee, bring knee up towards same side elbow, and then back down. Good. Next, we have our knee cars. So for my knee car, we're gonna start heel into the floor, pulling toes up toward my shin. I'm gonna have my hands on either side of my knee, and I'm just gonna rotate my pinky toe out and then big toe in. So I want rotation at this lower leg bone. Okay, so if I'm looking at this bony ridge on the front side of my shin, I'm gonna use my fingers to indicate this. So you can see when I rotate my pinky toe out, that bony part is now facing out. So this ridge here is now facing that way. As I rotate my big toe in, not as much, but I'm definitely getting rotation now this way. I can see that if I look at my shin bone as I rotate. And that rotation is happening at my knee. So I want you to get a few repetitions of this before moving on to the full knee car. In the knee car, I'm gonna pick up my leg with the same side arm, so I'm hooking it, and then I'm gonna have my hands together so I can hold this position. I'm gonna flex toes up towards my shin again, rotate pinky toe out, extend, rotate big toe in, bend. Pinky toe out, extend, big toe in, bend. Pinky toe out, extend, big toe in, bend. Reverse order, keep that big toe in, extend, pinky toe out, bend. Big toe in, extend, pinky toe out, bend. One more, Big toe in, extend, pinky toe out, bend. Nice. And now we're gonna finish actually with some ankle cars. So the ankle car, I'm in the seated position already, but instead of just having hands together, one of my hands is gonna block my shin from rotating. So I'm gonna grab my entire shin with this hand, and then I'm gonna grab my wrist and forearm with the other. And now from here, much like my wrist car, I'm just tracing small circles. But now instead of tracing it with my finger, I'm tracing it with my toesies. Small circles, creating or bleeding into bigger circles. And then once I've gotten a few in one direction, I'll switch. This is when I get the most Rice Krispies. Snap, crackle, and pop. Oh yeah, right on call. Once we've got a few in each direction, you are done that modified morning cars routine. Thank you for joining me.